Hi, my name is Olivia Winter, and welcome to my yoga class. Today we're focusing on strengthening and lengthening, especially as we connect with our breath and through our body. So today we'll be doing a lot of work with our legs and lunges and some twists. So if you have blocks, go ahead and grab them, or a blanket to put under your knees, or even a chair if you need one. Get those close by, and then we'll get started. So we're going to start in child's pose. So you can bring your toes to the back of the mat, have your big toes touch. And if you want more support for your lower back, you can keep your knees together. If you want a bit more space, you can bring your knees wide. You're just going to find some length in your inhale. Bring your arms up, and exhale, find length. Let your arms come to the floor. Maybe even stretching them forward with your fingers, crawling a little bit farther forward. Bring your forehead to the floor. If you need a little bit more space in your hips, if your butt is coming off your heels, you can grab a blanket or a bolster and put it right on top of your heels. It can even help if you have any knee pain as well. We're going to stay here for a couple breaths. And really think about connecting your body with your breath. So you can take a big inhale for a count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it for a count. And exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. As we continue through the class, feel free to come back to this breath at any time, counting in and out. I will come to our next pose, which is tabletop. So you're going to bring your shoulders so they're even with your wrists and your knees so that they're parallel with your hips. As we go through our yoga class today, in order to keep your wrists and your elbows and shoulders safe, make sure your pointer fingers are pointing straight towards the top of your mat, and you're rotating your arms outward, even so that the creases of your elbows point towards the front of your mat as well. While we're here, and in tabletop, feel that. Go ahead and push through your arms, maybe arching your back a little bit, and just feeling the pronation and protraction of your shoulder blades. And just feel it to your body. Inhale and exhale, making sure your back is flat and you're not dumping a lot of weight in your low back. We're going to do a couple breaths here of cat-cow. So on your inhale, we're going to drop our belly and bring our gaze up to the sky. So go ahead and inhale. And on the exhale, bring your chin to chest and your hips forward. Really press through those shoulder blades to your hands. And inhale. Broaden through your collarbones. And exhale, chin to chest. Pushing through your hands, finding evenness through all your fingers. And inhale. Again, letting your belly drop. And on the exhale, think of bringing your belly button to your spine and pressing through your hands. And come back to a neutral position. From here, we're going to curl our toes under. If you need to, crawl a little bit farther up on your mat. And we're going to bring our knees off the mat, just an inch, and then go ahead and straighten your legs and push your hips back, up, and forward, back and up. Think about pushing through all 5 knuckles of your hands, really distributing the weight, keeping your arms active, pushing through your hands, and think about keeping your back straight and your hips pointing up towards the ceiling. This may cause your heels to come off the ground, and that's perfectly fine. You can go ahead and bend your knees, and think about pressing those heels into the ground. Bend your knees as much as you need to. You can even shorten or lengthen your downward dog. Whatever feels better for you. Really keeping active through your back. And breathe here, in and out. You can even bicycle through your legs, warming them up, feeling through your body. You might hear a little pops and crackles. Awesome. One last deep inhale. And exhale for a count of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And go ahead and walk your feet up to meet your hands at the top of the mat. And we're going to be in ragdoll here, so grab opposite hands to opposite elbows. You can straighten your legs or keep a micro bend in them. But again, sway through your body, really feeling all the stretch. Relax through your shoulders and neck, even your jaw. Adding that little sway and some length. In this class, we're going to focus on lengthening through our inhale and strengthening through our exhale. And take a nice deep inhale in. 1, 2, 3, 4. And on your exhale, go ahead and slowly roll vertebrae by vertebrae up your body until you come to standing. And on your inhale, bring your hands up and back down. And on your exhale, one more time, inhale and exhale. Bring your hands to your hips. In your Vinyasa, think of strengthening through your stomach. So bringing your belly button to meet your back to your spine and keeping your hips neutral. So your tailbone is facing down. Really think of rooting through your fingers, bringing your shoulder blades up and back. In, breathe in and out. Bring your hands to your hips again. And think of pushing them back. We're going to come to a forward fold. So keep your hips back, maybe your back flat as well. And then you can bring your hands to the ground, bend your knees, and we're going to step back into plank. So you can plant your hands, move up or down the mat if you need to. So we're going to walk our feet back into plank pose. Here we're going to come into a typical flow and Vinyasa class. So here in plank, we're going to lower into chaturanga and then do our upward facing dog or cobra and then down to down dog. So as we come into chaturanga, you're going to go onto your tippy toes, as far up on your toes as you can. And when we go to do a little push-up, you're going to try and make sure that your shoulder blades are either in line with your wrists or in line with your fingers, because you're going to be on your toes here. And bring your elbows so that they're going to be close to your body. So push down, let yourself go down. You can bring your knees to the ground, your chest and your chin. So you can inhale here. And on the exhale, you can lift up your knees and push yourself through. We're going to come to just cobra here. Stay active in your lower legs, pushing through the tops of your feet and lifting your kneecaps. Think of bringing your shoulders up, back and down. Breathe in and out. And on your exhale, we're going to press back into downward dog. Now, anytime in the practice, when we go through that Vinyasa flow, you can either stay in cobra, and we'll show up dog on our next round. Or if it ever becomes too much, you can always just meet us in downward dog. It can be kind of tiring to keep doing push-ups each time. And again, if you ever need a break, you can send your hips back into child's pose and then rejoin us whenever you feel. So we're going to go ahead and walk our hands back up, or our feet back up to our hands in our forward fold here. Again, finding that even distribution through our feet. Our feet will be about hips distance apart. And we're going to again roll on up to Tanasana or standing pose. On your inhale, bring your arms up. And on the exhale, we're going to send our hips down and back into chair pose, like we're going to sit in a chair. When you're here, think of keeping your back flat. So although your chest is broadened, keep your tailbone facing down. If you need to, you can put a chair in front of you to hold on to. And then check the position of your knees. So make sure that your knee is by your second toe or in the middle of your foot. Your feet are facing forward. If you want a little bit more of a challenge, you can bring your feet so your toes touch, or you can bring it into a wider stance. And just breathe here, in and out, connecting. On your inhale, finding length in your back, and on your exhale, maybe going a little deeper. Very good. Now inhale, we're going to come to our forward fold. So you go ahead and hit into those hips. Catching those breaths, you can straighten your legs. Your thighs might be feeling a little bit of a burn. We're going to practice our flat back. So you're here in forward fold. You can exhale and bring your nose to your knees. Again, either keeping that micro bend or keeping your knees active. And on your exhale, come to a flat back. So you're going to either put your hands on your shins or your ankles or your thighs. Try not to put them on your knees. We don't want to be hyperextending our knees. But think of keeping your back flat. So a straight line from your hips all the way through the crown of your head, letting it face forward. If you need to, you can grab some blocks, put them in front of your feet, and put your hands on them so you can keep a nice flat back. Whatever you need, you can even put them on the floor if you want a little bit more of a stretch through your back body. Very good. So go ahead and relax. Put that bend in your knees again. Inhale and exhale. And we're going to step back into our plank pose. So go ahead and plant your hands. Keeping those fingers facing forward, arms rotated in, and walk on back to our plank. We're going to come back through that flow. So if you need to, you can lower down to your knees. You can grab a blanket to put underneath you if you'd like. If not, we're going to flow on through. So bring either your shoulders over your wrists. And come onto your tippy toes, bringing your shoulders maybe over your fingers. Lower down. And just like knees, chin, chest, we're going to pull ourselves through. So you can either go back into cobra or you can go to down dog. Really pressing through the backs of your feet or the tops of your feet. Broadening through, really activating through your legs. Bring your shoulder blades down and back. Inhale and exhale, come up over your toes, pushing back into downward facing dog. Very good. Press through your hands. Inhale and exhale, connecting with your body. Again, your inhale, find length, and your exhale, strengthening. Either pushing down to your heels or through your hands. If you need to, again, putting that bend in your knees. And then go ahead and bring your feet a little bit closer together so that your toes touch. And on your inhale, we're going to bring on our exhale, we're going to bring our left leg up to the sky. We're going to be keeping our hips neutral. So just bring it up. Inhale, finding that downward dog. Again, keeping our back flat. On the exhale, bring your knees to your nose. And then we're going to shift our weight lift our toes onto our right foot and shift our weight over onto our wrists as we place our foot between our wrists. You can do it here in crescent lunge. If you need to, you can lower your knee, you can put a blanket under your knee. And as we rise up, we're going to raise our hands up. We're going to think of pulling our belly button to our spine. And keeping our back nice and strong. And so go ahead and lift one arm, your right arm, and your left, and come on up. If you're finding a little trouble balancing, you can make your stance a little bit wider. While you're here, remember, inhale to lengthen, exhale to strengthen. So think of pushing down to your hips while keeping your back straight. Make sure that your knee is in line with your ankle. You can either have your back leg or your back foot, your toes tucked or under, or pushing to the top of your foot. Inhale and exhale, strengthening and lengthening each inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. We're going to take one big one together. Inhale as much as you can, finding length, and exhale. Maybe drop your hips a little bit more, finding a bit more of a stretch and strengthening. Really think about pulling your inner thighs together. On the next exhale, go ahead and place your hands back on the mat. And then we're going to press through our toes if we haven't already, and press back into downward facing dog. Very nice. Reconnect with that breath. Inhale, exhale. Great job. All right, so we're going to switch to our right side. So bring your toes to touch. And then on your inhale, or on your exhale, lift your right leg up to the sky, keeping those hips neutral. Inhale and exhale, knee to nose. Come onto the tippy toes of your left foot, and then place your right foot between your hands. Again, you can have your leg lifted and active, or have your knee on the ground. Again, you can grab that blanket and put it under your knee if you need to, even grabbing blocks to help support your hands. You can widen that stance if you have any trouble with balancing. If not, go ahead and bring your left hand out in front of you. Again, think of keeping your back strong, your legs strong, inner thighs pulling together, and your belly button coming to your spine. And then your right hand, you go ahead and come all the way up. Very good. If you need to, bring that front foot farther forward, keeping that knee in line with your ankle. Inhale and exhale, bringing everything together. Those thighs drawing together. Your strength through your back, your belly button coming to your spine, keeping you nice and tall. Again, you can have your toes tucked or be pressing through the top of your foot. Inhale, to lengthen. Exhale to strengthen, draw everything together. Think of pressing through all four points of your top foot. Inhale, one big breath. And exhale, strengthening. One more inhale. And on the exhale, go ahead and plant your hands down on the ground. Now we're gonna lift that knee and press back into our downward facing dog. Think of connecting with that breath again if you lost it. Feel your body. If you need to, you can pedal out your legs. Stretch them a bit. Really feel in. And when you're ready, you can maybe at the front of your mat, just walk your feet towards your wrists. Very nice. We're going to be in our forward fold, so either your toes can be touching or you can be hips width apart. But think of drawing your nose to your knees. And you can use blocks here as well to support your arms. You can either have that micro bend in your knees or keeping them active, lifting your kneecaps. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, and on your exhale, go ahead and rise on up one vertebrae at a time. Now we're gonna bring when you're at your top, bring your arms up over your head with your inhale. And on your exhale, we're gonna send our hips back right into chair pose. Again, either your feet can be together or wide. You can have a chair in front of you. Think of being active through your legs. Maybe even clench your glutes together. Think of activating them. Again, look at your knees. Make sure they're not either caving in or pushing out, but they're in line with your midfoot and not over your toes. Being active through your back body. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, find length in your spine, to the crown of your head, and exhale, maybe go a little bit deeper. Very nice. Inhale. Exhale. We're going to do one more breath here. Think of bringing up Bring that belly button to your spine. Inhale. And exhale, straighten your legs, bend over into forward fold again. We can ragdoll here, grabbing opposite hands to opposite elbows. And just sway through. While you think about the weight in your body, find evenness through your heels and through your toes, or from your big toe to your pinky toe. Really find balance within your body, activating those toes. Then you can bend your knees, place your hands on the floor. We're going to step back into downward facing dog. Very nice. We're going to move into our next flow. So go ahead on your exhale, bring your left leg up. And just like before, inhale, exhale, knees to nose. Come onto the toes of your right foot, and then place your left foot between your wrists, making sure that your knee is over your ankle. Again, we're gonna try our next one, keep your back leg active. Well, we're gonna turn it so it's parallel with the back of our mat. And then we're gonna strengthen through our legs, really activate through your kneecap. Think of drawing your inner thighs together. You can make your stance either wider or smaller. Draw your pinky toe to your, or not your pinky toe, your belly button to your spine, and then windmill your right hand up, and then your left hand. Finding strength, either widening your pose if you need to. You're gonna keep your arms strong in your T-pose. Maybe bring your shoulders up, down and back, and bring your gaze to look past your left fingers. Inhale and exhale here. Again, you want to make sure that your knee isn't turning in or out. So it's going to be in line with your second toe and in line with your ankle. Remember to stay active. Think of keeping your tailbone so it's grounded to the floor. You're keeping this nice straight line through the top of your head. Lengthening and strengthening with each inhale. Lengthen our spine, and exhale, strengthening, really drawing our inner thighs together, staying active. 2 more breaths. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. And on your exhale, you can straighten your leg. And then you're going to walk your back foot in to be a little bit closer. And we're going to bring our arms back out. And as we bend over, as we come into triangle pose, again, think of keeping your hips nice and neutral and your pelvis tucked, your belly button drawing into your spine. And you can bring your fingers to the inside of your leg. If you need to, you can grab a block here to support you. But think of staying light on the fingers that are either touching the block or the floor. Really drawing in through our belly button. You may even find some lengthening in your side body here. Inhale, exhale. Really find strength in your lower legs, in your abdomen. Inhale, exhale. One more inhale. And on the exhale, you can bend your left knee, bring both hands to the ground. And then turn your left foot in and walk so that your hands are in the middle of your mat. You can make your stance wider if you want more of a stretch, or smaller if you want a little bit more balance. But go ahead and relax here. Again, finding that weight distribution between your heels and your toes, your pinky toe and your big toe. We'll grab opposite hand, opposite elbow. And maybe even sway here, feeling through your body, feeling everything that has warmed up, any tension. Maybe paying special attention to the places that you feel any of that stretch in. But relax through your shoulders and your neck. And breathe. Connecting that breath to your body. And on your inhale, one deep one. And then on the exhale, go and place your hands. And we're going to find that flat back again. So place your hands forward and then press into that flat back. So you're going to think of straightening, again, making that one line from your hips or your tailbone all the way through the crown of your head. Moving your fingers out from in front of you as far as you need to. Grab to the side. You can grab a block. Put it out. We're just going to focus on our breath here. Again, finding balance in the weight in our feet. So inhale, and then finding that straight, solid back. And then exhale, relax. Relax into your spine, and then you stretch. Again, you can keep maybe a micro bend in your knees. Just try not to hyperextend them or put a lot of pressure in your knees. And then inhale, flat back. Exhale. On the next inhale, we're going to inhale for 5. So go ahead and inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that flat back. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, go ahead and relax. So you can bend your knees. Now we're going to walk our hands to the front of our mat. So turn your left foot forward. Very nice. And then we're going to lift our foot up, draw in with your belly, and place it back on the ground next to your right foot. Downward facing dog. You're getting a lot of stretch in your back body, probably a lot in your hamstrings. So if you need to, bend those knees. Let your body breathe. If you need to, you can press back into child's pose. Breathe here. Finding that strength in your arms. And then go ahead and let your toes come together. We're going to repeat on the other side. So bring your right foot up into the air, keeping your hips neutral. Exhale, knees to nose, onto tippy toes of your left leg, and then placing your right foot between your wrists. Very nice. And then if you need to, or not if you need to, go ahead and parallel your left leg or your left foot with the back of the mat. Again, think of strengthening through your legs and make sure your knee is parallel with your, or right above your ankle. And then we're going to bring our lower belly in and strengthen our core. And then windmill our left hand up and then our right hand to meet it. Very nice. If you're like me, you might need to find a little bit more length. Just let your knees over your ankle. Stay active in your legs. Keep your hip bones nice and forward. Breathe in and out. Bring your gaze over your nose. Bring your gaze over to your right fingertips. Make sure that your knee isn't over caving in, but in line with your second toe. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale to find length in your spine. Maybe bring your shoulders up, down and back. And the exhale, really strengthening and drawing in with your thigh. But again, staying conscious that your knee doesn't come over your ankle or that your knee doesn't come over your toes. Inhale. Nice big breath. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale, you can straighten your leg. And then you can bring your left foot forward if you need to. We're going to come back into child or to triangle pose. Bring your hands back out into that T pose. Draw in with your belly button. Sorry. And then bring your right fingers so that they touch the ground. Again, you might need your block to support you. You can make the stance as short or as wide as you would like. But think of staying active through your legs, active through your core. Bringing your active so that you can, or light on your fingertips. You can even bring your gaze either forward or up to your left fingertips. Inhale, lengthen through your spine, and exhale, strengthen. Again, thinking of drawing those thighs together, bringing that belly button in towards your spine. Inhale and exhale. Inhale for one more breath. And exhale, you can bend your right leg and bring your left hand to meet your right hand on the floor. Again, we're going to walk our fingers to the middle, bringing our right foot to be parallel with the top of our mat. And again, find that balance between your toes and your heels. Find length here. You can grab your opposite elbow to opposite hand, or you can just let your hands rest on the ground in front of you. And just breathe here for 1 or 2 breaths. And then go ahead and turn your feet so they are facing, so they're like a 45-degree angle facing like the corners of your mat. This might cause your knees to bend, and that's great. You can set it like you're in chair pose, like a wide chair pose. Bring your hands to your hips. And we're gonna bring our upper body into standing. So find what's ever comfortable for you here. Finding that tucked pelvis, your belly button drawing into your spine. Bring your shoulders down and back. Finding a bend in your knees. Really sink in like it's just a deep chair pose. And then bring your hands into cactus. Bring your shoulders up, down, and back. Finding strength in your spine. Inhale, lengthen. And then exhale, strengthen. Maybe go a little bit deeper. Very good. Inhale. Exhale. Bringing that belly button in to your spine. It's a difficult pose. Might be working a little bit of sweat. That's great. One more inhale. As big as you can. And exhale. Go ahead and straighten your legs. Bring your hands to your hips and bend back on over. Place your hands on the ground when you're ready. We're going to bring our feet back, or your left foot back into parallel with the back of your mat. And then walk your hands up to the top of your mat. And we're going to press back into our plank pose and go through to chaturanga, up dog, and down dog. So make sure your fingers are pointing forward. You have a nice wide grip of your mat, pressing through all your knuckles, bringing your elbows so they face the front of your mat. Then go down, keeping your elbows close to your body, chaturanga, then up into cobra or up dog, coming to the tops of your feet. Staying active, bring your shoulders down and back. Inhale, and exhale, press back into downward facing dog. Very good. Inhale and exhale. You really worked a lot on those legs the last couple of moments with goddess pose. So breathe here, in and out, deep breaths. For the next couple moves, you can think of making your exhale a bit longer than your inhale. We can practice that now. So inhale for 4 and exhale for 6. So inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Very nice. We're going to move into our next flow. It's going to be like the crescent lunge that we tried before. We're going to add a bit of a twist to it. So go ahead and on your exhale, bring your left heel up to the sky. Inhale, exhale, knee to nose. Come onto the toes of your right foot, placing your left foot between your hands. Again, you can bring your knee down or keep it active and keep it lifted. But press through all 4 corners of your feet, through your toes, through your heel. If you're on your knee, you can Press through your toes still or through the top of your foot. Maybe pressing through my toes to keep my knee lifted, but staying active through that knee. We're going to come into our crescent lunge. So you can bring your right arm up, keeping your belly button engaged to the back of your spine, and then your left hand. Very nice. Inhale. On the exhale, bring your hands into chair pose. While you're here, we want to make sure we're drawing our legs together. If you need a little bit more space, you can take it, widen your stance a bit. Make sure your knee is over your ankle. It's not caving in. Put your hands in chair pose in heart center. Bring your belly button to your spine. Inhale. And on our exhale, we're going to bring our right arm to our top thigh for a twist. While you're in this twist, you might need to lower down to your knee, and that's perfectly fine. You're going to think of broadening your collarbones, like you're opening your chest, trying to get it to meet with your palms. Again, stay active in your legs. Inhale. And exhale, go ahead and bring your arms back to the ground. Very good. We're going to bring our back right foot up a little bit to meet with us. Make it like a little bit in the middle of the mat. We're going to come to pyramid pose. We're going to lengthen out that left leg that we were just very active in. So if you need to, you can grab a block. You can put it by the side of your foot or in front. But we're going to just think of keeping our hips facing forward, drawing our right hip forward, our left hip back, staying active in your left knee, and try and feel a stretch in your leg. You're going to find length in your back. The more length you find in your back, the more stretch you'll feel. You're going to think of keeping your hips even, so bringing that right foot forward, or that right hip forward, your left hip back, and breathe in and out. You can make it as short or as wide as the stance as you'd like. In and out. Very nice. You can come back down, bend your knee, and bring your right leg to meet with your left leg. Perfect. Inhale and exhale. You can find a little bend in your knee. Make sure you're not hyper-extending those knees as you're stretching out your hamstrings. And then we're going to bring our left foot back to the middle of our mat and going to do pyramid for our right leg here. So again, if you need to, you can grab that block. We're going to think of bringing our right hip back and our left foot forward, finding length in our spine, and then bending over. Just bend over as far until you feel a stretch. You don't want to overstretch. Just right at that cusp. You can bring your hands to your shin if you need to, but a block is always nice to have. Inhale and exhale. Very nice. One more inhale. Think of drawing those thighs together, finding length in your spine. Then exhale, relax. Bend your right knee. Place your hands on the ground. And then bring your left foot back to our crescent lunge. Finding space, like a wider stance if you need to. Either putting your knee on the ground, if you did last time, or raising it up. We're going to do a twist on the other side. So bring your belly button into your spine. Let your left hand come up. And then your right, making sure your knee is over your ankle. Finding length in your spine. And remember to stay active. You can bring your thighs in together. Inhale. And on your exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Inhale. And then your exhale, we're going to bring our left arm to our right thigh. Go ahead and twist. Make sure that your knee is not caving in. We want to keep our knees safe, but broaden through your collarbones, letting your chest come to your palms if you can. If you want to, you can bring your gaze up or forward. Just watch that knee pose, that knee. Inhale. And exhale, bring that belly button to your spine. Inhale one last time, one big breath. And exhale, release. Place your hands back on the ground. We're going to press back into down dog, bringing our right leg to meet our left. Inhale and exhale here. Again, find that bend in your knees if you need it. Connect back to breath. And then go ahead and lower down into child's pose. So bring your knees down to the ground. Your toes to touch either your knees together for more support for your back or your knees wide. And find length and send your hands out in front of you. Again, if you have any pain in your knees, your hips come up, go ahead and put a blanket on your heels so you can find a bit more support there. But lengthen through your spine. Curl your fingers a bit farther forward. Really find maybe even a stretch in your lower back. Let your forehead come. So an inhale, find that nice long length. And exhale, relax. Maybe even letting your forearms come to the mat. If you need to, you can bring them to your sides. We're just going to stay here for a minute. So breathe in and out as much as you need. Inhale and exhale. Stay where you are. Feel through your body. Feel where any of the tightness is. See if you feel more loose than the last time you were in child's pose. Maybe a little bit more warm. Relax through your shoulders, through your neck, maybe through your jaw. If you're comfortable, you can close your eyes. Just breathe in and out. Letting your body find a little bit of rest before we move on. Take one more big inhale. And on your exhale, lengthen through your hands. And then inhale, exhale, come back into tabletop. And we're going to press into down dog. So curl your toes under, press into down dog, move your blocks out of the way if you need to. You can either have your feet together or wide. We're going to flow through our Vinyasa before we move on. So make sure your fingers are pointing forward. You have a nice wide finger grip on your mat. And then on your exhale, move forward into plank. We're just going to continue through. So come onto your fingertips or onto your toes. And then lower through chaturanga, keeping those shoulders or those elbows close together. And then up into up dog, pressing to the tops of your feet, bringing your shoulder blades down and back. And inhale and exhale back into down dog. Inhale and exhale. Go ahead and walk your feet up to meet your hands. And forward fold. Inhale. And then on your exhale, find a little bit more length. And inhale, we're going to rise up with our hands to meet up at the top, bringing your gaze up. And exhale, bring them to heart center. Very nice. We're going to find a little bit of a balance pose here. So bring your toes to touch. If you need to keep a little space in your heels, it can help you find balance. We're going to come into tree pose. So bring your shoulders up and down. Really ground through your feet. Feel through your feet. We're going to rise up through our body. So make sure you're grounding through your toes. Maybe even lift them and lower them one at a time. Feeling that grounding sensation. Find even weight in your feet. So maybe rock back and forth, kind of like we did in the wide-legged stance. Move up through your legs until you get to your hips. Maybe put your hands on your hips. Make sure they're in a neutral position. So maybe bring them farther forward. You might feel that your belly button comes to your spine. That's great. We want it to be there. And come all the way up. Again, to your shoulders up, down and back. Very nice. Bring your hands to your sides. Now we're going to lift our left leg. So put weight into your right leg, keeping it straight. Lift your left leg. We're going to bring it up to the side of either our calf or our thigh. We don't want it on our knee. We don't want to be putting extra pressure on our knee. But find balance. Look in front of you. You can bring your hands to heart center if you wish. Think of, again, grounding. Look at one thing that can help you balance. If you want a little extra, you can bring your hands up in front of you. Maybe even bringing your gaze up. But find that strength. Think of, again, tucking that tailbone Finding length through the crown of your head. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. And on the exhale, go ahead and lower your foot to the ground slowly, along with your arms. You can shake out your legs a little bit, shake out your arms. We're going to do that again. We're going to keep our toes together. Find that balance, bringing that belly button to our spine, keeping our hips neutral, shoulders down and back. Put your hands on your hips if you wish. And then bring your foot to wherever you feel comfortable, either on your ankle or on your calf, or use your hand to help bring it to your thigh. You can bring your hands to heart center. Again, grab that foot. Start one thing at the wall. If you fall out, that's fine. Just come back and join us when you can. Inhale and exhale. Again, if you want an extra challenge, you can bring your hands above your head. Maybe even bringing your gaze to meet it. Inhale, exhale, finding that grounding. Maybe with each inhale, finding length. With each exhale, finding a little bit more strength in your foot and through your thighs, really activating through your thigh, lifting your kneecap on your left leg. One more inhale. And exhale, go ahead and slowly lower your foot to the floor, along with bringing your hands to your sides. Again, you can shake it out. That was great. We're going to come to a bit of a stretch. We're going to do our standing figure four. So if you need a chair, you can grab one and put it in front of you for a little extra support. And then when you're ready, go ahead and grab your right foot. You can put a bend in your left. And grab your right foot, place your ankle over your knee, and then send your hips down and back. As much as you feel just a stretch, you can bring your hands to heart center, or you can bring them out in front of you like a chair pose. Finding again that balance and that strength in your left foot. You can feel it shaking, really activating all those foot muscles. Maybe think of activating the arch, so bringing your arch up, really help keep that balance. Finding that balance between strength in your left leg and a stretch in your right. Inhale, find length. Exhale, maybe go a bit deeper. One more big inhale. And exhale, slowly lower your right leg to the floor. Very nice. Come back to standing, shake it out. And then we're going to repeat on the other side. Put a bit of a bend in your right leg. Bring your left foot or ankle to your right knee. Send your hips down and back. And then if you want to, bring your head to heart center or up in front of you. Inhale and exhale. Again, if you fall out, that's great. Just come back and join us when you're ready. If you feel a bit of pain in your right knee, maybe lesser the bend, or in your left knee, lesser the bend. Or keep your left foot active. That can really help protect your knee. But feel your right foot doing its dance here. Think of lifting that arch. Inhale, find length. Exhale, maybe go a bit deeper. Making sure not to put your right knee over your toes. Inhale. Let me exhale. You can lower your left foot to the ground. And shake it out. Very nice. We're going to inhale, bring your arms up. On our exhale, send them behind you into a swan dive, forward fold, bending at your hips. Very nice. Let your hands come to the ground. You can widen your stance if you'd like to, or keep your toes together. Again, making sure we're not hyperextending our knees, but if you would like, you can put your hands on the ground or on your ankles. Think of lengthening through your spine first in your inhale. And on your exhale, bringing your nose to your knees. Inhale and exhale here. Really feeling that stretch. Very nice. You can come out of it. Bending your knees. Placing your hands on the ground. And walk back into downward facing dog. Now that we've strengthened our upper body, we're going to find some strength in our lower body. Go ahead and shift into plank pose. You're going to come up onto your toes. Make sure your toes are in line with your ankles. Your knees are activated. You're active through your legs all the way up your body. Your shoulders are in line with your wrists on both sides. Your fingers are facing forward. Maybe you're pressing through the shoulder blades. So maybe you're sunken in right now. Try and press through the shoulder blades, bringing them far apart. You can even widen your stance if you'd like. And we're going to breathe here for a couple breaths. Inhale and exhale, really finding activeness through our body, drawing our belly button in, finding length to the crown of our head. Inhale, and on our exhale, drop our left heel and our right heel, bringing our feet on top of each other into side plank. So find the evenness through your hand. You can even think of dropping to your knees and finding that here. Maybe dropping, just putting one foot in front of you. But if you're here, think of raising your hips, drawing your hand across your body, and then up. Really stay active through your body, bringing your belly button to your spine, running through your collarbones if you want an extra challenge. Bring your gaze up to your right fingertips. Inhale here, and exhale, come back to plank. Very nice. You can come to your knees if you need to. Maybe shake out your wrists. To really help with that wrist pain, really think of gripping the mat with your fingertips and through your knuckles and distributing the weight, not dumping it into your wrists, but through all your fingers. So we're going to come back into plank. Again, you can stay on your knees if you would like. We're going to come back into plank here, making sure our shoulders are in line with our wrists. We're going to drop our right foot, bringing our left foot on top. If you're on your knees, that's great as well. Strengthening through your arm, bringing your left arm above you, pointing up to the sky if you want an extra challenge. Bring your gaze to meet it. If not, breathe here. Think of really lifting through your hips, drawing into your belly button. Inhale, and exhale, come back into a regular plank. Very nice. You can lower onto your knees if you need a little break through your arms. If not, we're going to come through our chaturanga. So go down to our mini push-up, up to up dog or cobra. And exhale over our toes to downward facing dog. Breathe here for a bit. Catch that breath again. And then go ahead and lower your knees into child's pose. Again, we're going to be here for another minute. So if you want to, you can really lengthen through your back and bring your hands forward. Or you can bring your hands to your sides and let your body relax through your shoulders, and your neck, and your jaw. If you're comfortable, you can close your eyes and just breathe into your body. You can feel this child's pose is a bit different from your last one. So if you have any tension in your body, you want to make sure you don't have any pain in our practice. If you ever feel pain, you can drop out and go into child's pose, or just not do the pose. We don't want to push our bodies past what it's telling us to do. We want to listen to our bodies and what it's telling us. So breathe here. See what you might need. That's with your hands to your side or out in front of you, whatever you want. This is just for you. This is your moment to connect with your breath before we keep moving forward. So breathe here for another 2 inhales. We're going to try and count our breath here. So we're going to inhale for 4 and exhale for 6 for the next 2 inhales. So inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Very nice. Come to a seated position. So we're going to send our legs out in front of you, so you can bring them to the side. And then bring them out in front of you here. You can shake out your legs if you need to. We're going to bring our left leg up to our chest so you can bend it. Bring it up so maybe your heel meets your thigh. We're going to inhale, find length, lift our arms, and exhale, bend over like we're going to touch our toes. If you can't, that is perfectly fine. You can grab a strap if you'd like. You can grab your ankle or your calf or even the floor. Really think about finding length and bending at your hips and not through your shoulders. So just stay nice and tall. And inhale and exhale here, finding that stretch wherever you may be. And then one more inhale in and exhale, relax. As through your back, feeling that stretch. Inhale and exhale, you can come out. We're going to switch our legs. So bring your right foot to your thigh, your left foot forward with your toes facing up. Again, we're going to inhale, arms up. And exhale, keeping that back straight, just going until we feel that stretch. We don't need to go past, just up until we feel that stretch. You can grab onto your ankle or your calf or your thigh, wherever you feel comfortable. Inhale and exhale there. Inhale one more time. And exhale, relax. You can round through your shoulders and just feel that stretch. Inhale, exhale. One more inhale in. And exhale. You can bring your foot back out in front of you. Maybe shake out your legs a little bit. And then we're going to bring our left leg back up. And this time we're going to place it over our right thigh. So bring it so that it's flat on the ground. And you can grab your right arm, wrap your right arm around your left leg. And then bring your left hand behind you, keeping your spine nice and straight. We're going to inhale. Or before you do that, think of inhaling, finding that length. And then exhaling, finding that twist. You don't need to twist more than you need to. But if you want a little extra, you can bring your right arm onto the other side. Maybe even coming to a cactus arm here. Inhaling again for that length. And exhaling, maybe finding a twist. Looking over your left shoulder. Remember to breathe here. Inhale, length. Exhale, twist maybe a little deeper. You can bring your arm farther or as close as you'd like. You can have it bent or straight. Inhale, find that length. And then exhale, relax, come to the front. You can relax your twist. Now we're going to switch our legs again. So bring your left leg straight and then your right leg over your left thigh. Grabbing your left thigh or wrapping your arm around your right. Finding that inhale with length. And then exhale, placing your right foot or right arm behind you. Inhale and exhale, maybe even look over your right shoulder. With each inhale, you're finding length to the crown of your head, like a string drawing your spine up. On each exhale, you're twisting, looking over that shoulder. If you want a little extra, you can bring your left arm to the other side of your right thigh, your knee, into that cactus. Inhale. And exhale. Very nice. One big inhale. Finding that deep twist on your exhale. And inhale again. Finding that length. Then exhale. Relax. All right, go ahead and bring your legs out in front of you. We're going to shift our weight so that we're laying on our back here. And then bring your knees into your chest. Really feel into your back body. You can roll back and forth, massaging your lower back, either side to side or up and down if you want to find a little massage of your spine. Keep it a little bit more relaxed here. So just rock back and forth. You can even wrap in your elbows around, giving yourself a nice big hug. Really massaging through your back. And when you're ready, you can send your right leg forward straight, keeping your left leg in. So bring your right heel to the floor. your left leg into your body on your inhale. And on the exhale, we're going to send it to the other side. We're going to send our left knee to the right side of our body, coming to another twist. So bring your right knee or your left knee to the floor on the right side of your body. You're going to bring your left hand out straight. Same with your right. And you're going to look over at your left hand. Just breathe in through here, keeping your knee at like a 90-degree angle with your thigh. Inhale and exhale here. Feeling into your body, feeling the twist. Don't have to force your body into the twist, just let it relax. All the warming up that we've done. Inhale. Exhale. We're going to inhale for 4 and exhale for 6. So inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Very good. You can bring your, come back to center, bringing your left knee to your chest. Give it one more squeeze in. And then we'll switch, bringing our right knee to our chest. Squeezing it in. Our inhale. With our exhale, we're going to send our right knee to our left side. Bringing our right arm out. Then our left arm to make a T. Keeping our thigh and knee at 90-degree angles. Bringing our gaze over to our right thumb. Inhale. And exhale again, letting our body just relax. Don't worry about forcing the twist, just let it relax into the twist. Really massaging our organs with these twists and finding length in our spine between each vertebrae. Inhale and exhale. On the next inhale, we're going to inhale for 4 and exhale for 6. So go ahead and inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. Inhale, bringing your knee back to center. Squeezing it in. Then bringing your left knee to meet it. Breathe in and out. And then exhale. You can bring your legs out straight. If you want to feel a bit of more stretch, you can bring them into butterfly. We're going to be moving into Shavasana. So find whatever is more comfortable for you, whether your knees are out and your feet are together. Feeling that stretch. Or you can have your legs out straight. If you want to keep a bend in your knee, you can have your feet as wide as the mat with your knees coming in together. Whatever is more comfortable for you. You can bring your right hand to your belly button, your left to your heart, or having them to your sides, whatever is more comfortable. And just let go of your breath. Let go of any thoughts that come into your head. Letting them pass without judgment. We're going to relax from the tips of our toes all the way through our ankles, our knees, and our hips, up to our shoulders, and our neck, and our jaw. If you need a bit of support for your knees, you can put a blanket under your knees. If you want a little bit more support for your neck, you can put a blanket, roll the blanket under your neck as well. If you're chilly, you can drape it over you. Whatever you feel more comfortable with. Just make sure you're relaxed from your fingertips to your toes, to your shoulders, your neck, and your jaw. If you feel comfortable, you can close your eyes or just relax any tension you might feel in your eyes or your forehead. We're going to stay here for a few minutes. Just remember to let go of that breath and your thoughts. Start feeling some movement in your toes and hands. You come up, Shavasana, Shavasana. Nice and slow. When you're ready, you can roll to your side, to the fetal position. Stay here for a moment or two. And then you can come back into a seated position. When you're ready, you can flutter, open your eyes, bring your hands to heart center. Thank you for joining me today.